Welcome to the 2018 commencement of the University of Maryland, Baltimore. Leading the procession is the Honorary University Marshal, Dr. Mary Rogers, Professor Emeritus, School of Medicine. Leading the graduates is the Honorary Student Marshal, Dr. Jill Whittall, retired Professor of Physical Therapy and Rehabilitation Science, School of Medicine. Candidates are entering the arena led by a banner carrier identifying the university schools and academic programs. Faculty of the university are now entering the arena, led by Honorary Faculty Marshal Dr. Karen Kaufman, retired Associate Professor and Chair of the Department of Family and Community Health, School of Nursing. Will everyone please rise? Distinguished members of the platform party are led by the Marshal, Dr. Robert Beardsley, Professor, School of Pharmacy. Dr. Beardsley is followed by Dr. Jay Perman, President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore. Please remain standing and join in the singing of the national anthem, led by 4 graduating students from our School of Medicine, all of them members of the school's a cappella group, the Hippocratic Notes. Please welcome Brendan Bowie, Joshua Alexa, Grace Lee, and Jennifer Reed.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose proud stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated.
Grace, Jennifer, Brendan, Joshua, thank you for that wonderful performance. We appreciate it. On behalf of the faculty and administration of the University of Maryland, Baltimore, I'm delighted to welcome the class of 2018, their families and friends. UMB is proud to be the founding campus of the University System of Maryland. The students we celebrate today take their place in a long line of distinguished individuals who've graduated from this founding campus. These students have worked very hard to get here. And ladies and gentlemen, I think a round of applause is fitting. And now to the graduates. I ask you to take in this arena, to look at all the people who've helped you along this journey. There's a lot of love and devotion all around you this afternoon, a lot of support and guidance. I think your families and friends and faculty deserve your thanks. Our university family also celebrates your achievements, and several members of this family are on stage with me. I'd now like to acknowledge those who won't be introduced later in the program. Please hold your applause until the end. First, let me introduce the academic and administrative leadership of the university. These leaders are responsible for cultivating the scholarly environment in which you've excelled. Dean Richard Barth, School of Social Work. Dean Natalie Eddington, School of Pharmacy. Dean Donald Tobin, Maryland Carey Law. Dean Jane Kirschling, School of Nursing. E. Albert Reese, Executive Vice President for Medical Affairs and Dean, School of Medicine. Dean Mark Reynolds, School of Dentistry. Dr. Bruce Gerald, Executive Vice President and Provost. Ms. Jennifer Lichman, Senior Vice President for External Relations. Dr. Peter Murray, Chief Information Officer and Vice President. Ms. Dawn Rhodes, Chief Business and Finance Officer and Vice President. Mr. Thomas Sullivan, Chief Philanthropy Officer, Vice President, and President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore Foundation. Dr. Roger Ward, Senior Vice President for Operations and Institutional Effectiveness and Vice Dean of the Graduate School. Ms. Patricia Scott, University Registrar. The UMB Foundation Board of Trustees advances the goals of this university by advising me on matters affecting our campus and the communities we serve, and playing a leadership role in institutional fundraising. With us today from the UMB Foundation Board are Ms. Bonita Brown, Mr. Harold Chapelier, Dr. Nabil Imad, Mr. Alan Silverstone, and Mr. J.C. Weiss. And Chair of the Board, Mr. William Wood. For their service to the university, I thank our Honorary University Marshal, Dr. Mary Rogers, our Honorary Faculty Marshal, Dr. Karen Kaufman, our Honorary Student Marshal, Dr. Jill Whittall, our Marshal for the Platform Party, Dr. Robert Beardsley. Dr. Beardsley will retire next year from the University of Maryland School of Pharmacy after 42 years of dedicated service. Please join me in a round of applause. President of the Faculty Senate, Dr. Michael Woolley. President of the Staff Senate, Ms. Hillary Ann Edwards. And President of the University Student Government Association, Ms. Mina He. And let me also recognize our important partner, Mr. Robert Krenzik, President and CEO of the University of Maryland Medical System. Maryland State Delegate, Keith Haynes. Baltimore City Councilman, Eric Costello, and fellow Councilman, John Bullock. I thank all of you for being here on this special occasion. Now, bringing greetings to the graduates, on behalf of Governor Larry Hogan, I'm delighted and honored to welcome Maryland's Secretary of Higher Education, Dr. James Fielder.
Thank you very much, Dr. Pearman. What an exciting day. And let's start off with a round of applause for the graduates and the families who made it happen. It's really a distinct pleasure for these type of occasions to occur. When we were staging out front, you could actually feel the passion. You could hear the magic that occurs. And the graduates of UMB, as you head out the door, you know, your leadership in your respective fields is going to be outstanding, and everybody's looking forward to those accomplishments. Governor Hogan understands that magic. He has funded higher education in the state of Maryland at record levels for 4 years. He has made the emphasis of putting the money where it needs to happen to keep the tuition as low as possible so that we can graduate students with greater success and with less debt. It's important to note that the transformational power for each of you as an individual, you already know it, you already feel it. You have that determination and grit that it takes sometimes to get through. And as you walk out the door and look to make your way in the world, that's what it's going to take. There will be things that happen that are unexpected, and those are the hardest ones to prepare for. But being here in the long journey that some of you have had to get to these professional degrees has made you ready. Governor Hogan wishes just to say congratulations and best of luck and continued success to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Secretary Fielder. Appreciation to the governor. It's now my honor to introduce University System of Maryland Regent Gary Atman, who will offer greetings on behalf of our Board of Regents.
President Perman, Secretary Fielder, distinguished deans and faculty, honored guests, and graduates. I'm absolutely delighted to join you and extend best wishes from the University System of Maryland and the Board of Regents on this tremendous day. For those of you who do not know us, the Board of Regents is appointed by the governor to oversee the universities and other institutions comprising the University System of Maryland. And among those institutions, the University of Maryland, Baltimore holds a special and elevated stature. After all, this is the founding campus of the entire University System of Maryland, founded in 1807. And UMB is Maryland's only public health, law, and human services university. It is comprised of 7 outstanding professional and graduate schools, which train the majority of the state's physicians, graduate nurses, dentists, lawyers, social workers, and pharmacists. Among those schools are the following: the School of Medicine, led by Dean Reese, which is the first public and 5th oldest medical school in the United States, and the first to institute a residency training program. Also, UMB's medical school is internationally acknowledged as a leader in research, with literally hundreds of millions of dollars in sponsored research last year. The School of Dentistry, which was established in 1840 and was at that time the world's first dental college. The Pharmacy School, which is the 4th oldest school of pharmacy in the United States. And my alma mater, the University of Maryland's Carey School of Law, which was established in 1816 as the 3rd oldest law school in the nation. Now, although they might not be quite as old, I can personally vouch for the superior quality of our social work and nursing schools, which do such an outstanding job educating professionals who are so highly sought throughout Maryland. And we also have an incredible graduate school that is preparing a new generation of leaders to improve the human condition. In short, UMB represents everything that is best about public higher education. And as UMB continues to expand its relationship via Empower with our flagship campus in College Park, its impact will continue to benefit due to the incredible synergies arising from this enhanced relationship. It is an absolute honor to share this occasion with my good friend, President Jay Perman, who has done so much to advance the mission of this university. Jay has also become a very visible force for positive change in West Baltimore, and he has emphasized the need for our campus to actively engage with our friends and neighbors in West Baltimore. Jay is known, respected, and trusted by everyone in town. Thank you, Dr. Perman, for all that you do. Let's give him a hand. I would also like to publicly thank our deans, our faculties, and our staff for everything that they do to make our schools great. But most importantly, I am honored to be here to recognize and congratulate you, the graduates of the class of 2018. Graduates, what you have accomplished today has taken hard work, persistence, and dedication. Many of you also juggled issues of work and family as you earned your degrees. And although there is a life's worth of work before you, I hope that you will use this occasion as an opportunity to reflect and to appreciate how far you have come on life's journey. I also know that your family and friends take great pride in what you have accomplished this day. They have shared in your sacrifice and should share in your success today, so please celebrate this great accomplishment with your family and friends. I don't remember much about my graduation from the law school in 1979, but I do remember celebrating with my extended family. Although initially I took the whole graduation in stride, that all changed when I saw the joy and pride that they felt at my graduation. Many of them are now gone, and I look back on my graduation as a wonderful and memorable day that we all spent together, so please enjoy it. You deserve to. Graduates, no matter what direction your life now takes, no matter what challenges you will next confront, please know you are ready. Your professional education from the University of Maryland, Baltimore has prepared you well. So on behalf of the University System of Maryland Board of Regents, I want to wish congratulations to each of you, and thank you again for allowing me to share in this momentous occasion. We hope that your degree takes you to the highest of your hopes and to the most special places your heart has ever known. Thank you.
Thank you, Regent Atman. Ladies and gentlemen, each year, a member of the graduating class offers remarks on behalf of the student body. We hold a competition asking graduates to tell us what their time at UMB has meant to them, how the experience has shaped them, and how it might influence their work going forward. Each year, we have many moving submissions, and choosing one essay over all the others is tremendously difficult, but choose we did. The essay we selected was written by Ms. Arthi Sidhu, who graduates from the Francis King Carey School of Law. Arthi has brought with her a large contingent of family and friends here to support and celebrate her on this incredible day. Thank you for coming, family and friends. Now, please join me in welcoming Arthi Sidhu.
President Perman, deans, members of our faculty, staff, and guests, thank you so much for being here. To the class of 2018, I have the honor and privilege of being one of the first people to say, congratulations. My name is Arthi Sidhu, and I attended the law school here at University of Maryland, Baltimore. When my parents moved to this country from India almost 40 years ago, they did so to provide better opportunities for me and my siblings. I am so proud to be here, surrounded by all of you, from different countries, from different racial and cultural backgrounds, and with different gender identities. Despite being told time and time again that we can't do something because of who we are or what we look like, we did it. First and foremost, I want to start off by thanking three major groups that have largely contributed to our success. Our faculty and staff here at UMB, who have been the ones to teach us and who have created the spaces in which we can learn. You were instrumental in contributing to our success. Secondly, our parents, spouses, families, and friends who have dealt with our panic attacks and our tears. Thank you. You are our support system, and we would not be here without you. Finally, the class of 2018. To my fellow students, thanks for the early mornings at Panera, the late nights at the bun shop, and all of the hours in between, probably spent at the library. We've challenged each other and we've laughed together. We couldn't have done it without each other. Now, obtaining a higher education degree has been a very intimidating experience. We all chose to come here and begin our careers in some of the most noble professions. Interestingly enough, this is our commencement, which means the beginning of something. Though it feels like an end, we're entering a new chapter in our lives. As students who have had the unique opportunity to be in Baltimore for the past few years, we've experienced a lot. From Freddie Gray to school walkouts, from the opioid epidemic to ICE raids, there's no shortage of work to be done here. As future lawyers, doctors, social workers, nurses, dentists, pharmacists, researchers, and various other health and human services professionals, we are ready to join the people of our city and of our country to help fight the battles that we are facing. We've all chosen to join our professional worlds in times that are very difficult. As far as our country has come, there's a long way to go. I'd like to share a quote from Black Panther, one of the most successful movies of this year. "Now, more than ever, the illusions of division threaten our very existence. We all know the truth. More connects us than separates us. But in times of crisis, the wise build bridges, while the foolish build barriers." Class of 2018, I want to leave you with two concepts from Sikhism that were instilled in me by my parents at a very young age: Nirbhau and Nirvair. These words mean without fear and without hate. I hope all of you continue into your professions and persevere. Nirbhau and Nirvair. Pursue your passions, stay true to yourself, and be kind. Thank you, and congratulations again, class of 2018.
Thank you, Arthi, for a beautiful message. Now, I'm so deeply honored to introduce today's commencement speaker and a true friend to UMB, Dr. Jody Olson. In March of this year, Dr. Olson was sworn in as the 20th Director of the Peace Corps, the country's preeminent international service agency. Since its founding in 1961, more than 230,000 Americans have served in the Peace Corps, working in 141 countries worldwide. Dr. Olson's leadership of the Peace Corps caps a lifetime of service to the organization. She previously served as its acting director, deputy director, chief of staff, regional director, and country director. Fortunately for us, this lifetime of service came with a few hiatuses, and Dr. Olson spent one of them, an 8-year stint, right here at UMB. As director of our Center for Global Education Initiatives, Dr. Olson came to shape how UMB approaches interprofessional global projects and how we use the lessons learned overseas to affect change in our own home communities. Dr. Olson has said that her years at UMB opened her eyes to the power of interprofessional collaboration, particularly in health projects, as she guided students to work together across schools, to learn holistic approaches to health systems and services, and to appreciate how each of their professions contributes to a high-functioning health team. In the Peace Corps, Dr. Olson finds that it is this collaboration between professions and between volunteers and local agencies and NGOs that speeds solutions to complex local problems. Dr. Olson received her bachelor's degree from the University of Utah, her master's degree from the University of Maryland School of Social Work, where she served as a visiting professor, and her PhD from our partner, the University of Maryland College Park. She has traveled to more than 100 countries during her time with the Peace Corps, and I know that mere days after her swearing in, she was off to Macedonia, host country to thousands of the agency's volunteers over the years. So we're deeply grateful that Dr. Olson has come back to one of her homes, if only for a day, to congratulate you, UMB's class of 2018. Please help me welcome our family member, Dr. Jody Olson.
This is humbling, very humbling. Thank you, President Perman. class of 218, faculty, and distinguished guests. I am so happy to be back at UMB, having been both a student, social work class of 1972, and 8 years a faculty member here until March. As a student, and for several years afterward, I lived in Charles Village, juggling toddlers, my own, rehabilitating a long, empty house, and organizing our neighborhood to convince Mayor Schaefer we didn't need sodium vapor lights in our neighborhood. In Baltimore, I was living my social work community organization education while in school. And today, most of you have done the same. This is one of the gifts this university gives each of us. Being here for Baltimore, as Baltimore is, as a city, is here for us. We prepare briefs for the state legislature, research new life-sustaining drugs. We conduct surgeries and perform root canals. We measure diabetes indicators, counsel drug offenders, and exercise torn muscles. We learn how to manage health bureaucracies and time pressures. There's a lot of doing to help improve people's lives. And therein lies the challenge in our professions. We are charged to serve human beings, but we spend so much of our time as professionals doing. Let me explore this through a story. At 22, as a Peace Corps volunteer, I worked at a maternity clinic in Tunisia, trying to improve maternal health outcomes, more doing. In gradually improving Arabic, I talked to women immediately before and after they gave birth. I gathered information using typical clinic intake methods. How old were they? How many children did they have before birth? What resources did they have for the newborn and their family? Did they want or not want more children? I was focused, innocent, and naive. I was charged by the Ministry of Health with counseling soon-to-be and new mothers with how to care for their children while having not yet become a mother myself. In my optimism, I thought I could change their lives by offering them better practices to improve their health and encouraging them to be in charge of their size of their families. In my mind, the possibilities were so clear, but what was clear to me was not understood by them. Many of these women seemed old, even in their youth. While we were close in age, their faces and bodies revealed they lived more life than I. Many had experienced frequent pregnancies and lost babies at birth. Many were raising their families in dwellings with no water, electricity, or sanitation. On one particularly hot afternoon, as I spoke with a woman, I watched her lay, the weaker of her just-born twins, at the bottom of the bed. "I don't have milk for them both," she said sadly. She appeared so tired. I still carry the stark reality of that moment with me to this day. Who were these women that I was meeting? Their days had a rhythm, like a song so familiar that you can't hear it in the background anymore. They rose before the sun, walked long distances to draw water from the well. They wore similar clothes each day, ate the same daily meal. They worked long past sunset until their weary hands and aching backs were illuminated only by the light of the moon. As my Arabic skills improved, so did my understanding of their lives, the lives of the women with whom I had worked so closely. Our time spent together expanded beyond the sterile clinic walls as they invited me back to their villages. The women shared stories with me and I with them. I hope to understand why my simple questions were met with confused stares, Why so often the women answered with questions of their own, questions that were strange for me. They asked, what did taking medicines have to do with having children? Did God give them the right to make such decisions? If they didn't have many children, who would take care of them when they were old? I began seeing the mothers not just as my patients, but as the fabric of my larger community, as people surviving and caring for others. And they began to see me as someone who visited and ate meals with them, played with their children, and spoke their language. Those were moments focused on being, simply being, daily being. And that is when we began to know how to answer each other's questions in our daily being. Although sometimes difficult, I have tried to hold on to the lessons those women taught me in Tunisia. In what ways do I personally acknowledge and connect with the human beings in our lives of doing? Do I listen, focusing on each word? Do I take in what is said and not said and create safety to disengage from fear? Do I understand what they are not saying but wish they could? Do I share enough of my own vulnerabilities to demonstrate that I trust them and that they can trust me? Do I ask, pause, and listen for their stories? Do I tell them mine? Often our patients or clients come to us afraid, vulnerable, uncertain, and with words and questions that do not make sense to us. Many times, by the point they access the healthcare system, they're not in comfort, they're in stress. How do we see them as whole people, even as we treat a specific problem? These questions belong to all of us, to all of our professions, to communities here in Baltimore, within the U.S., and throughout the globe. While here at UMB, with encouragement from President Perman and the professional school deans, I was part of a team that developed the Center for Global Education Initiatives, offering students and faculty short-term interprofessional health projects, primarily in Africa and Asia. These teams of students work together across their disciplines and across countries, cultures, languages, resource availability, and health beliefs. And in these projects, both students and faculty experienced being present. Brooke Hyman, here today, graduating from the School of Medicine, went to Rwanda as part of such a team and studied the prevalence of HIV infection among children born to HIV-infected mothers. She said, following her experience, "I couldn't speak in Rwanda. I didn't understand. I felt vulnerable. Trying to navigate in this environment gave me more humility, more human connection, more time knowing my patients' lives, which brought comfort to them. I had to learn to trust others I did not know, to be vulnerable in front of my patients. I had to depend on a new community. I had to be totally present." Brooke continued, "Because of my Rwanda experience, I chose to go to Emory for my OBGYN residency, congratulations, Brooke, to continue the international work that changes settings, situations, and perspectives in order to be my best here at home. We should reach out and find opportunities to challenge ourselves beyond our experience, be vulnerable, be present in new circumstances here and around the world. We will be better professionals with all our patients, all our clients, and our colleagues for those experiences. As you think of your time here at UMB, think of who you will remember 20 years from now. Will it be the faculty person who knew your name, reached out to you when you needed help, who went beyond the technical learning? Are you that person? Will you become that person? Live beyond the technical. Remember to be. Push yourselves to see the person, not just the problem. My hope is that when your clients and patients are sitting across the desk from you, on the exam table, in the counseling room, in the courtroom beside you, that you'll see and know that whole person. You'll know them by name, not by case number. You'll know them by story, not by diagnosis. You'll know them not just as they are, but who they hope to be. We are eager to see what you will do, who you will be, and how you will change your community and your world. Congratulations, class of 2018.
Thank you, Dr. Olson. Come back frequently, please. Each year we show a video produced by one of the graduating students or group of students that speaks in some way to what this UMB experience has meant to them and to their classmates and colleagues. The video we selected this year is by Courtney Miyamoto, who, as you now know, is graduating from the University of Maryland School of Dentistry. Now, thank you. Before we play the video, I want to tell you just a little bit about Courtney. She's a third-generation graduate of the School of Dentistry. Her father and grandfather are both alumni of our school. In fact, Courtney will soon be going back home to Hawaii to work in her father's practice. And I will tell you that she's told many of us that she will be holding a ceremonial burning of her North Face jacket. Better than that, joining Courtney today are several members of her family, among them her parents and her grandmother, here all the way from Hawaii. Thank you for coming, family. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at the video.
Today's honorary degrees will be conferred by Dr. Jay Perman, President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Under the authority granted by the state of Maryland to the Board of Regents of the University System of Maryland, and by that board and the Chancellor delegated to me, I shall proceed to confer degrees with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Dr. E. Albert Reese, Dean of the School of Medicine, will present Ms. Carolyn Frankel for the honorary degree Doctor of Public Service.
Mr. President, it is my distinct pleasure and indeed my privilege to request that you confer upon Mrs. Carolyn Frankel the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service from the University of Maryland, Baltimore. Ms. Frankel has been a long-standing, loyal, and integral member of the School of Medicine's Board of Visitors. She has been a strong advocate for the School of Medicine's mission, vision, and values. In addition, she has demonstrated long-standing and distinguished leadership in urban development and revitalization of Baltimore City neighborhoods. Ms. Frankel's hands-on spirit of philanthropy and service have helped create thriving local communities. Her efforts have resulted in renewed economic development, expanded job opportunities, and educational growth. Over the course of several decades, Ms. Frankel has dedicated her service for a vision of urban vibrancy, where arts, culture, and the humanities are anchors of community vitality. Ms. Frankel chairs the Commercial Development Committee of the Charles North Community Association. She's also a member of its board of directors. In addition, she's a member of the task force to implement the Homewood Community Project Initiative. She's also a member of the Central Baltimore Partnership Steering Committee. Her leadership, civic engagement, and generosity have all been recognized by renowned and prestigious organizations, both locally and nationally, including the Governor's Citation for Outstanding Achievement, the Girl Scouts of Central Maryland Distinguished Women's Award, and the Community Service Award. Ms. Frankel has shared a generations-old spirit of philanthropy with her late husband, Dr. James Frankel, who was a School of Medicine alumnus from the class of 1937. Ms. Frankel's charitable and business endeavors have fundamentally changed the quality of life for the University of Maryland Baltimore neighborhoods, near and far. Over the past 10 years, Ms. Frankel has been an enthusiastic, energetic, and productive member of the School of Medicine's Board of Visitors. She has played highly visible and effective roles in advancing board governance, board engagement, and she has been the impetus for numerous innovative endeavors at the School of Medicine. Most importantly, Ms. Frankel has been a shining example of the power of philanthropy. She has personally financed numerous projects in the School of Medicine, namely student scholarships, capital projects, and many others, as well as generously giving of her time and insights as a leading businesswoman. She serves as one of the strongest advocates of the School of Medicine, and we are truly indebted to her unwavering confidence in her ambitious vision. For her remarkable loyalty and superb vision, she was the recipient of the School of Medicine's Dean's Distinguished Gold Medal for Public Service in 2011. She has extended her influence by also serving on the University of Maryland Baltimore Foundation Board of Trustees, as well as the President's Roundtable. In 2015, Ms. Frankel received the inaugural University of Maryland Baltimore Foundation Distinguished Service Award for her deep personal commitment and her outstanding philanthropy. Mr. President, in light of the aforementioned extraordinary contributions Ms. Frankel has made to medicine, science, and humanity, it is my great honor to recommend my good friend and valued advisor, Mrs. Carolyn Frankel, for the honorary doctorate degree in public service to be conferred by you, the President of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Ms. Frankel, it's indeed a pleasure. It's indeed a pleasure to confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service.
Dr. Jane Kirschling, Dean of the School of Nursing, will present Ms. Mary Catherine Bunting for the honorary degree Doctor of Public Service.
President Perman, it is my pleasure and great honor to present Mary Catherine Bunting for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Public Service. Ms. Bunting has been a transformational supporter of causes that align with her personal values, a deep respect for the environment, a belief in the life-changing power of education, and a commitment to quality health care, particularly for the underserved. As a highly esteemed philanthropist, she has provided unwavering support for educational opportunities and access to high-quality health care for the residents of the city of Baltimore and of Maryland. Ms. Bunting earned her nursing diploma in 1958 at the Mercy Hospital School of Nursing. She earned a bachelor's degree in sociology from Mount St. Agnes College and a master's degree in nursing from the University of Maryland School of Nursing in 1972. While pursuing her nursing career, Ms. Bunting also followed her Catholic faith. In 1959, after earning her first nursing degree, she joined the Sisters of Mercy, serving until she left the order in 1974. From 72 to 1996, she practiced at Mercy Southern Health Center, an outreach center in South Baltimore, and she became a nurse practitioner. She retired after a 34-year career at Mercy Medical Center. Ms. Bunting has been a generous benefactor of institutions and programs throughout Maryland, including Mercy Medical Center and Loyola University of Maryland. At the University of Maryland School of Nursing, she has established the Mary Catherine Bunting Scholarship for students enrolled in our Clinical Nurse Leader Program, a master's level entry into nursing program for individuals with an undergraduate degree in another field. Her scholarship program is supporting our efforts to address the shortage of nurses in Maryland and to increase the diversity of our future nursing workforce to better meet the needs of all Maryland residents. Over 40% of the school's CNL students are from underrepresented or disadvantaged groups. More recently, Ms. Bunting has provided support for an innovative community and public health initiative to improve the environmental health of Baltimore City's early Head Start centers and to provide health screenings, health information, and other services to Head Start students and their families. This program is helping us to address social determinants of health and provide needed health services to some of the most vulnerable children in Baltimore City. As an alumni, a nurse, a benefactor, and a champion on behalf of the underserved, Mary Catherine Bunting exemplifies the best characteristics of a public servant. In awarding her the Honorary Doctor of Public Service, we honor a truly altruistic and benevolent individual who does not seek and in fact historically avoids recognition and what she would term fanfare. She is most deserving of this distinctive honor which recognizes her extraordinary, deeply humble, and lifelong commitment and service to our community.
Well, a little fanfare. Ms. Bunting, it's indeed a pleasure, an honor, to confer upon you the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service.
Dr. Mark Reynolds, Dean of the School of Dentistry, will present Dr. Vanessa Patarakis and Dr. Fred Smith for the honorary degree, Doctor of Public Service.
President Perman, it is my honor and privilege to present Dr. Frederick G. Smith, 1978 graduate of the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, and Dr. Vanessa K. Patarakis, 1981 graduate of the University of Maryland School of Dentistry, for the degree of Honorary Doctor of Public Service. A visionary husband and wife team of philanthropic trailblazers, Dr. Smith and Patarakis established the School of Dentistry's first endowed professorship with a vision of advancing discovery-based care in oral and maxillofacial surgery and improving lives worldwide. Improving lives is a guiding principle in Dr. Smith and Patarakis' personal and business lives. In 2002, they founded the Gerstel Academy, a private school offering a values-based educational program that prepares students for leadership and service, enabling them to help shape the futures of their communities. Dr. Smith and Patarakis envisioned helping schools around the country embrace values-based education. Today, while at the helm of one of the largest and most diversified broadcasting companies in the country, Dr. Smith also contributes his time and acumen through service as a member of the Board of Trustees of the University of Maryland Baltimore Foundation, the Freeman Foundation, Gerstel Academy, St. Joseph's Hospital, and the Sinclair Relief Fund. For Dr. Patarakis, leadership, philanthropy, and service have also been instilled family values. She currently serves as Vice President and Secretary of the Board of Trustees of Gerstel Academy, and she is active with many charities, including the Maryland Ronald McDonald House, UMB Cares, and the Horizon Day Camp. Perhaps I should mention, too, that Dr. Patarakis is credited by her husband as having been the highlight of his dental school experience. Kudos. Together, Dr. Smith and Dr. Patarakis share a value which they call the rule of one. Every day, perform one random act of kindness, learn something new, and share it with someone else. President Perman, it is with great pride and pleasure that I present Dr. Vanessa Patarakis and Dr. Frederick Smith as most deserving candidates for the honorary degree of Doctor of Public Service.
Dr. Patarakis and Dr. Smith, again, indeed a pleasure to confer upon both of you the honorary degree Doctor of Public Service. Thank you.
Degrees for the 2018 graduates of the University of Maryland, Baltimore will be conferred by President Perman.
Under the authority granted by the State of Maryland to the Board of Regents of the University System of Maryland, and by that board and our Chancellor delegated to me, I shall proceed to confer degrees with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining.
Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Philosophy please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Bruce Jarrell, Executive Vice President and Provost and Dean of the Graduate School.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate School, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Doctor of Science in recognition of completion of all the requirements appertaining thereunto.
Dean Jarrell, I'm pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Philosophy. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Doctor of Philosophy will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Jarrell.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the Graduate School, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Master of Science in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Dean Jarrell, I'm pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Master of Science. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Master of Science will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Medicine please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. E. Albert Reese, Executive Vice President for Medical Affairs and Dean of the School of Medicine.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Doctor of Medicine in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Reese, I'm very pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Medicine.
Graduates with the degree Doctor of Medicine will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Reese.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Dean Reese, I'm delighted to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy.
Graduates with the degree Doctor of Physical Therapy will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Masters in Genetic Counseling please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Reese.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Masters in Genetic Counseling in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Reese, I'm very happy to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Masters in Genetic Counseling. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Masters in Genetic Counseling will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Public Health please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Reese.
Mr. President, In accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Masters of Public Health in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Reese, I'm very happy to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Master of Public Health. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Master of Public Health will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science with a major in Medical and Research Technology please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Reese.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I request that you confer upon these students and these candidates the degree Bachelor of Science in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Reese, I'm pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Bachelor of Science.
Graduates with the degree Bachelor of Science will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Juris Doctor please rise? Candidates will be presented by Donald Tobin, Dean of the Carey School of Law.
Mr. President, I present to you these amazing, talented candidates for the degree of Juris Doctorate. These candidates have provided untold hours of free legal services to the citizens of Maryland. They are now well positioned to become the next generation of great leaders and lawyers for the state and the nation. The faculty of the Francis King Carey School of Law has certified that these excellent candidates have completed all the rigorous and demanding requirements for the degree of Juris Doctorate. Therefore, Mr. President, I request that you confer upon them the degree Juris Doctorate in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Tobin, I'm delighted to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Juris Doctor. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Juris Doctor will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Laws please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dean Tobin.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the Francis King Carey School of Law, I request that you confer upon these wonderful candidates the degree Masters of Laws. They come from over 12 countries, have previously obtained law degrees either in the United States or abroad, and came to the School of Law to further study to advance their legal expertise. Therefore, Mr. President, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Masters of Laws in recognition of their successful completion of all of the requirements of the School of Law.
Dean Tobin, I'm honored to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Masters of Law. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Master of Laws will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Science in Law please rise? Candidates will be presented by Donald Tobin, Dean of the Carey School of Law.
Mr. President, I take great pride in presenting to you the outstanding candidates for the Master of Science in Law. 2 years ago, these working professionals began their education in our Masters in Science and Law program. The professional backgrounds include medicine, retail, human resources, higher education, transportation, energy, environmental, pharmaceutical, military, social security, social services, and more. The students have gained knowledge of law, policies, and regulations in the area of health care, environmental law, patent law, cybersecurity, and crisis management. The faculty of the Francis King Carey Law has certified these excellent candidates have completed the requirements of the degree. Therefore, Mr. President, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Masters of Science in Law in recognition of their successful completion of all the requirements.
Dean Tobin, I'm pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Master of Science in Law. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Master of Science in Law will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Mark Reynolds, Dean of the School of Dentistry.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Dentistry, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree of Doctor of Dental Surgery in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements. These extraordinary candidates represent one of the most diverse and accomplished classes of dental graduates in the nation. Over the past 4 years, this class has contributed about 8,000 hours of volunteer service to the community beyond their academic requirements. I also am proud to report that this graduating class has achieved essentially a 100% pass rate on their licensure examination before graduation. President Perman, I am also extremely pleased to tell you that the majority of these remarkable candidates will continue their education for an additional 1 to 6 years, working to improve the delivery of health care to patients, to accelerate the pace of innovations in oral health, and to meet the challenges of an ever-changing healthcare landscape. President Perman, I present to you the candidates for the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery.
Dean Reynolds, I'm delighted to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Doctor of Dental Surgery will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science with a major in dental hygiene please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Reynolds.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Dentistry, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Bachelor of Science in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements. It is fitting that I point out that the University of Maryland, Baltimore offers the only baccalaureate program in dental hygiene in the state of Maryland. This remarkable class achieved a 100% pass rate on their written boards, and many candidates have received local and national recognition for their outstanding achievements in service. Together, these candidates performed more than 4,000 hours of service learning, well over and above what was required of them, a reflection of their individual and collective core values, their commitment to the profession, and their great potential for success. While some candidates plan to provide professional care to their communities, others will pursue graduate studies upon graduation. President Perman, I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science.
Dean Reynolds, I'm pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Bachelor of Science. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Bachelor of Science will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Natalie Eddington, Dean of the School of Pharmacy.
Mr. President, these candidates for the degree Doctor of Pharmacy have successfully and capably completed all of the degree requirements and eagerly anticipate a rewarding career in the pharmacy profession. These students have committed nearly 300,000 hours of service through their work in community and independent pharmacies, hospitals, and long-term care settings. Many have received national awards, earned research grants, and secured prestigious internships and residency achievements that have been instrumental in affirming the School of Pharmacy's reputation as a top 10 school. Several are earning dual degrees in the areas of law and pharmacometrics. By our scientific projections, these students, in addition to the 300,000 hours they have already served while in school, will provide 13 million hours of patient care over a span of an anticipated 40-year career in pharmacy, accounting for 1 month of vacation. This truly talented group of students is most deserving of the Doctor of Pharmacy degree. Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Pharmacy, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Doctor of Pharmacy in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Dean Eddington, thank you for the data, first of all. And I am pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Pharmacy. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Doctor of Pharmacy will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Social Work please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Richard Barth, Dean of the School of Social Work.
Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the outstanding faculty of the School of Social Work and in the footsteps and spirit of the great Jody Olson, I request that you confer upon these wonderful candidates the degree Masters of Social Work in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements and their contribution as the class of 2018 of nearly 400,000 hours of clinical management, policy, and community development services with civility, with innovation, with competence and inspiration, and their commitment to strengthening our society by preventing problems, accelerating recovery, protesting inequality, confronting racism, and expanding opportunities for all. And yes, these social work graduates will be taking their families on vacations regularly, as social workers should.
I can't top that. Dean Barth, I am pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Master of Social Work. Congratulations.
Graduates with the degree Master of Social Work will please be seated. Will the candidates for the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice please rise? Candidates will be presented by Dr. Jane Kirschling, Dean of the School of Nursing.
President Perman, on behalf of the faculty of the University of Maryland School of Nursing, I am pleased to recommend the undergraduate and graduate nursing students who have completed all of the requirements for their Bachelor's of Science, Master's, Doctorate of Nursing Practice, or Doctor of Philosophy degrees or a certificate program. These students and those additional students who graduated in December constitute a total of 720 who have graduated this academic year. These graduates have impacted patient care by delivering 593 clinical hours, and they have spent 43,895 hours in community and public health rotations, making a difference in communities across Maryland. Following in the footsteps of over 22,000 nursing alumni, I have no doubt that today's graduates will truly make a difference in the lives of patients, their families, and the communities that they will care for. And today's graduates will excel as bedside nurses, advanced practice nurses, as nurse educators, and nurse scientists. So, Mr. President, in accordance with recommendations of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Dean Kirschling, I'm very pleased to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Doctor of Nursing Practice. Congratulations.
Well, you can sit, and the next group can stand. So candidates for the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing, please rise. So, Mr. President, in accordance with the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Nursing, I request that you confer upon these candidates the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing in recognition of their successful completion of all requirements.
Dean Kirschling, I'm delighted to accept these candidates, and I confer upon each of you the degree Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Congratulations. Well, we may have a electrical problem, so let me carry on. Will graduates receiving the degrees Doctor of Medicine, Juris Doctor, Master of Laws, Master of Science in Law, Doctor of Dental Surgery, and Doctor of Philosophy please advance to the platform to receive their diplomas? And as the graduates receive their diplomas, I would respectfully ask our guests to remain off the arena floor during the ceremony so that diplomas may be distributed to the graduates without interruption. Please feel free to take pictures from the guest seating area or upon completion of the ceremony from the floor. Thank you. Let me ask the School of Pharmacy to come forward. School of Pharmacy graduates.
Okay, thank you. Why don't you go ahead and repeat the pharmacy?
They're going. I don't need to. Who else should go up?
Where we're at now. Did all the medicine people know?
Will our nursing candidates please approach the platform? Nursing candidates, please.
Accept.
Social work students, social work graduates, please approach the platform.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 graduates of the University of Maryland, Baltimore.
Please be seated. To the class of 2018, congratulations, well done. I do wish you hard work and good luck, always. And I also ask that you remember your alma mater as you make your mark on the world. We here at UMB will look forward to your help over the years. And we're all so very proud of you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I'll ask that the graduates and guests please remain in place until the recession of the platform party and faculty is complete. Again, thank you very much.
This ceremony is now completed. Spring 2018 graduates should now follow their school marshal to the appropriate diploma table to receive their actual diploma. Thank you for joining us for today's celebration and have a safe trip home.